Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Mr. Butter. I've got a heck of a lineup here behind me. I've had some requests to compare the Ivy Park Form 84 to the Orbit Gray Form 84. So instead of making two separate videos comparing these two and comparing these two, I thought we'd just knock it all out at once. But first, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm very happy that you're here. I am a heck of a Form 84 fan. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy this video, then please hit that thumbs up. That would help it get seen by more people, which will help the channel grow faster. But enough of that stuff, let's get into these good looking shoes. The Form 84 was not really something that was on my radar. I do remember this shoe from when I was a kid. However, it isn't what Michael Jordan wore. And as shallow as that sounds, I just didn't see it as much when I was a kid. And I didn't associate this shoe with the greatest player that there's ever been. However, now as an adult, seeing it again, it's just beautiful. It's really, really a good looking shoe, and it's so easy to style with just about everything. I have reviews for all of these shoes separately. If you would like to see those, I'll put them in the description. But I wanted to start with this one because this was the first Form 84 in my collection. This is also a blue thread. You're getting a premium quality of a shoe. Then moving on to my most recent Form 84 High, which I should also mention, these two are Form 84 Highs. The Ivy Park is actually a mid. But moving on to this one, if you saw my review of these, then you know that I didn't get an original box. The box was destroyed. So I got these early and I got them at a really good price from GOAT. But whenever I first saw these, I thought, okay, well, these have to be blue thread because the quality, the materials, and the execution, I just couldn't find any fault with this shoe, to be honest. And I actually kind of prefer this colorway to the cloud blues. But anyhow, I just assumed that it was a blue thread because it was so nice, and I learned from some of my viewers that this actually wasn't a blue thread. This is actually just a standard Form 84 High, and Adidas just delivered insane quality. Much like the blue thread Form 84, you have a very, very nice quality leather here on the mudguard for both shoes. And at first glance, it appears that this leather is the same. However, I can say to the touch, this one is a little bit more premium. That being said, I would take this all day. All day. And also the price point. This blue thread pair was $120. This standard pair was $110. And the quality is just amazing. But as I said, you can feel a little bit, this leather is just a little bit softer than on the Orbit Grays, but there's nothing wrong with the leather on these. On the side of the blue thread pair, you can see we have a really high-end suede for the stripes, and I just love that detail. And here again on the standard Form 84 that isn't a blue thread, you still get some extremely high quality suede for the three stripes. There's not much difference in the outsole. I apologize that these are so dirty, but I wear them all the time. I've worn them not every day because I never leave the house since everything's shut down, but pretty much anytime I'm leaving the house, I throw these on foot. I love these shoes. It's wearable, and at $110, in my opinion, it doesn't get any better than this. This outsole is nice and gray underneath it here. The mid part looks the same, and I have worn these, but I only wore them once. I want to keep these really nice and save them for special occasions. Since these came without a box, this is just a shoe that I threw immediately on foot. But then moving up the shoe, the quality of the suede, in my opinion, is exactly the same. And this leather up here, I don't feel a big difference between these two. Now, I will say around the top of the shoe, it does seem like this little area here is more high end on the blue thread. But again, not enough to complain and not to take anything away from these shoes, because as I stated, if Nike could deliver quality like this on every Jordan, it'd be a miracle. But then for the most part, the straps feel the same. You can see that the edges of the leather are a nice natural tan color on both shoes. And all in all, I will say that the materials are slightly better on this, but nothing to scream about. And I appreciate the fact that this was 110 and this was 120. And there's just a little bit better quality here. And for 10 bucks, I don't mind paying that. Let's go ahead and get to the Ivy Park pair. The outsole, it has the same texture and the same suction cup and everything, but it's a lot more muted on the Ivy Park. Then along this midsole, and I said on the review of these, but it feels like a basketball texture, and I love that. It feels like a street ball, and I think that's really, really neat. One thing that I don't care for is the fact that Ivy Park gave us suede on this mudguard and this toe box. It's just not going to hold up as well. It might hold up as well as this, but it's going to look dirty way before these ones will. And for the stripes, Ivy Park gave us a patent leather, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not a really big patent leather fan. I really prefer the hairy suede for the regular Forum 84 and the blue thread, but that's just personal preference. Then up here you can see that we've got a nice tumbled leather. There's a lot more texture on this leather than there is on this. It doesn't feel any softer or anything, so I don't think the materials are that much better. What is better on this shoe is the fact that the tongue is way more padded. And these are standard nylon tongues, but the comfort of this, I feel like, is the only thing that might have a leg up on the other Forum 84s. I think these might be more comfortable to wear. However, I've been wearing these a ton, and they haven't bothered me at all.